is going on, YouTube? This is Jim back with another video, and today we're doing an unboxing of Days Gone. Now, I know that this game has received some less than favorable critical reviews. I think a lot of it has to do with people's expectations of what we consider the quality and caliber of a Sony first-party game. You compare that to games like God of War, and you compare that to some of the other games that Sony has put together. Spider-Man in particular, that really comes to mind. And I guess this game doesn't live up to that standard. Now, I haven't played it yet. Obviously, it's still in the box, so I can't say for sure, but I am very, very excited to play it because I love Sons of Anarchy. I love Walking Dead, and this game seems to take the best of those two universes and blending them together. So I went ahead and picked up the collector edition. It looks like a really nice box. You know, there's something that that's one thing that I always stress is I want a nice box because I do like to show these from time to time, and I definitely am a collector in every sense of the word, and it's not something that, it's not like I'm going to open this thing and just throw it away. So it's something that it's got a nice box that means something to me. Maybe not to everyone, but to me. So let's go ahead and open this sucker up. How evil sounding. How maniacal, right? And inside is a box in a box. Now this is maybe the box that most people would probably display. It's pretty nice, got laminated. It's got this logo, I guess, of the gang that the guy Deacon was in. I'm not entirely sure, but let's go ahead and take a look. And it says, first and foremost, I like this. Warning, mini art book contains spoilers. Do not open until complete. Now, you guys may recall the Spider-Man video that I did with my wife some time ago, and we were surprised to see that the collector edition statue actually was considered spoilery. So that's something that really has kind of become more prevalent. And I guess it kind of makes sense when you think of an art book having spoilers associated with it. So we're not even going to open it. We're just going to take a look at the cover because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. It's got The Art of Days Gone by Dark Horse, and I don't know how many pages it is on the back. It's got the Dark Horse logo and the PlayStation logo, and then Sony Bend, and I assume it's got some nice stuff in here, but I won't open it because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. We also have a steelbook of the game with that same icon on the back. Inside the steelbook, we have this is cool. This is the original music by Nathan Whitehead. So there you actually have a soundtrack. I do this partially because I don't remember what was in the collector edition. So I was surprised. I didn't know that I was getting a soundtrack, but that's really cool. I love steelbooks. As far as steelbooks go, this one's pretty nice. Something interesting that they've done is they've actually scored and dented in a major portion of the steelbook on the back and on the sides. I don't know if the light picks it up or not, but these lines are actually sunk into the design. So it's actually creased. And then again on the front here as well. So it has almost like a crate-like feel to it. The tape is not real tape. It's just, a graphical effect. And then we have the game here. Now, sometimes these steelbooks will give you a steelbook copy of the game and then the actual game. This one branded clearly not for resale. And this actually has the game with it. So most likely I'll just leave the steelbook on display, and then I'll take the other game and I'll just throw it in the box and not worry about it. Okay, what's next? How do we open all this stuff? Wow, this is a very complex collector edition in terms of how to open it. That's a lot of tape. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of tape. This is the point of the video where we're going to do a really quick jump cut because this is going to take me about 5 minutes to open, and I'm going to be right back. All right, and we are back. They wrapped this entire box with tape all the way around the perimeter, and there's like a tray that's on top. And I couldn't even get to the tray because I had to cut all this tape away. But now that the tray is gone, this box lifts up, and inside we can see the contents underneath. And I see few things. Oh, pull. Wow, look at this. There's actually a box in a box. I have to say I do appreciate that they've taken care to keep everything nice and neat, but this is kind of excessive, honestly. I don't think I've ever seen a collector edition that's got so many separate layers, only just to protect whatever's in this bag here. So this whole box being taped and patched, and then another little piece here. This is a very this is a very protective piece. Looks like there are some stickers and or patches in here. So let's go ahead and open this up together and see what is going on in here. And inside we find more tape. No more tape, hopefully. Looks like some stickers. So some decals of, there's that dog icon again. There is, it's probably hard to pick up, but that actually says Ben's Studio in white text. You have the Days Gone logo, and then you have, I'm not sure what that is. Looks like a mountain or something with like a circle in it of something. And then the patch, actual Days Gone motorcycle patch, which is really, really kind of cool. So some nice stickers and little decal stuff there. A little patch there is kind of nice. And then we also have more. I don't know what this is. Another box. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside here. And inside here is a pin set. Okay, very interesting. So there's some pretty cool pins there. This is actually a pretty hefty way to get these pins in here. So we have the same pins you saw before, except now we have an axe, a bloody axe, and then we also have a motorcycle. So I'll hold those up again so you can see those one more time. Nice pin set. I do like pins. I'll put them on my official gaming bag where I have a lot of pins. I'll just find a little bit more room for it. And then inside here, I assume, is the statue, which I knew I was getting. And I love how well they wrapped this up. I'm not going to bore you guys with that level of detail, but they did a really good job protecting this. And a lot of care goes into these collector editions, and something that you guys know I always refer to when I talk about collector editions was my horrible experience when Amazon shipped me the Destiny Ghost Edition and the box was ripped in two. And the ghost was damaged, and how frustrating it was. So the fact that they put all these little plastic pieces over everything to protect all the little individual parts is kind of frustrating for unboxing videos, but it's greatly appreciated as a collector. So what we have here is the main character, Deacon, leaning up against his motorcycle. And it looks like he has a map. Is there a map there? Looks like he's looking down at a map. So let me hold this up so you can see it a little better. Hopefully it's coming out okay. And then he's leaning up against his bike. And then there's a zombie with like a bullet wound in his head there. And then this freaker, he's actually flattened out. So on the back side, that's very interesting. He's missing his legs. So his legs are gone. The jeans are completely flat from the legs back. And you can see some of the foliage behind the motorcycle. I'll give you some little more details of the actual bike. They did a really nice job detailing it. They got some nice, the handles, the mirrors, the way that they kind of put everything together. It's got some battle damage on it. Clearly kind of sewn and screwed together, especially on the seat. There's a lot of nice detail in the seat. You could see his rucksack there and his bag. And then the character himself, Deacon, looks really nice. A lot of attention to detail in his boots and his laces. You could see his gun holster, nice holster. He's got some tattoos on his chest that are really well detailed. I'll try to hold that up again so you could see a little bit more detail on his tattoos. You could see his shoe. One shoe's got the actual jean leg tucked into the boot. And then you can see a little bit of detail there around his fingers, his rings, his gun, everything. And he's got a lot of tats up on his neck, his chest. I mean, this guy's really covered in some serious ink. I really like this statue a lot. You know, I always talk about the base and the fact that it doesn't have a gaudy branding on the base. Like, hey, buy this game, or hey, this is the game. I think this speaks for itself, and from what I can collect about this game on the internet, and I will play it and do a review at some point, the bike is just as much of a character, really, in a sense, as the main character. So the fact that they're prominently displayed together, I think is very, very cool. So let's review what we got, and then I'll give you a final verdict. You got the nice statue here with the bike and Deacon, as we looked over just a second ago. We got the pin set, which includes tons and tons, all 6 different pins of logos of Bend or of the game, of motorcycle, that sort of thing. We got another pin and patch set of Days Gone. And then we also got the art book, which I'm not going to open because it says it does contain spoilers. And we got the regular game, but the thing that we'll be displaying on our shelves is the steel book. So all in all, a pretty hefty collector set in terms of things that collectors would like to see. Obviously, the star of the show is a statue, and it looks brilliant. I really do like it. I think they did a very nice job with the detailing. I don't know what the price on this was. A lot of times I pre-order these, and I kind of don't remember what I paid. I think this was definitely in like the 120 to 140 range, which what I would consider more of a mid-tier collector edition. And I like that because I feel like they didn't really go overboard with stuff that you didn't necessarily need. Having a soundtrack is really cool. I'll be curious to see how much original music resonates with me and how much really means to the experience, but that's something I always love listening to in my truck. I've become hit and miss on the art books as of late, and this one does seem on the smaller side, but you do get a lot of nice collectibles with the stickers and the buttons and that sort of thing. So what would I give this? On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst thing I've ever seen, 10 being the best, I'd say this is a solid 8.5. I think it's got a lot of detail there. Maybe the statue could be a little bit bigger. It's definitely on the smaller side, but I think it's really indicative of what the game and the character is supposed to be about, and I like that. So if you guys like what you saw, if you liked this video, please consider commenting, rating, and subscribing. But you know what? If not, that's okay too. I will be here on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.